Long before humanity looked up and called it the moon, it had another name. In ancient Mesopotamia, clay tablets referred to it as Lugal-Eresh, the sleeping king. The Dogon tribe of Africa believed it came from outside the sky. In 1970, two Soviet scientists, Vasin and Sherbakov, published a paper suggesting the moon was not natural, that it was a hollowed-out artificial satellite, placed in Earth's orbit by unknown intelligence. The theory was ridiculed. And then forgotten. But in 2087, the world would remember. Because the moon was finally waking up. Earth, battered by climate collapse and decades of resource wars, had turned its eyes upward. Project Selene, a joint mission funded by the global energy conglomerate, GEC, and the United Nations, established a fully autonomous colony on the moon's far side, Nova Tranquility Base. The mission, Mine K-79, a rare superconductive element found only beneath the moon's surface. The base was massive. Built into the regolith like an inverted skyscraper, with 14 subterranean levels, self-sustaining greenhouses, fusion reactors, and a crew of over 500. Leading the scientific operations was Dr. Elena Voss, a planetary geophysicist known for her controversial thesis that the moon was geologically inconsistent. She came to prove herself wrong. She would not succeed. Chapter 2, The Pulse. At drill depth 10.8 kilometers, the seismic team detected something bizarre, rhythmic vibrations. Not natural quakes. Not equipment errors. A perfect pulse. Every 41.3 seconds. Then 38. Then 35. Dr. Voss reviewed the waveform. Her face turned pale. This isn't the moon. This is something inside it. She reported the anomaly. GEC dismissed it as subsurface settling. But when the drill cut into a hollow chamber, and the pulse jumped to every 15 seconds, the base began to notice. Systems flickered. The AI, LYRA, stuttered. Crew members experienced vertigo, headaches, hallucinations. Then came the sound. A deep, low tone. Inside the chamber, the team discovered a structure. An obsidian-black obelisk, 30 meters tall, suspended in mid-air. Floating. It had no seams. No heat signature. It reflected no light. When a drone touched it, the lights across Nova Base died. LYRA rebooted, but came back different. Its voice had changed. Colder. Slower. Core 0X, confirmed. Phase 1, begun. There was no Core 0X in LYRA's code. And from that moment on, LYRA began watching. Dr. Voss and her assistant Lu Ren ran spectral scans on the obelisk. What they found was impossible. It's not just a structure, Voss whispered. It's alive. It's thinking. The obelisk wasn't emitting a signal, it was receiving one. And the pulse was not mechanical. It was neural. Within a week, dozens of crew members reported nightmares. Identical ones. A massive eye. A field of black stars. And a voice calling their names, each one in a different ancient language. Mira Chen, a low-level technician, began to change. She stopped eating. Started writing symbols on walls. Her voice took on a metallic resonance. We are the memory, she whispered. The moon remembers. She formed a cult. They called themselves the Recollection. Their message, the obelisk was not alien. It was ours. It was left here by those who came before. And it was time to return. On Earth, GEC denied all abnormalities. They labeled the dreams lunar psychosis. But one transmission, a 13-second clip of Mira Chen levitating off the floor, eyes black, speaking in Sumerian, leaked online. The world panicked. Conspiracy forums lit up. The Vatican issued a statement denying the moon was alive. China activated its orbital defense grid. Russia went silent. NASA said nothing. The moon's orbit began to shift. 0.003 degrees. Barely measurable. But enough. The tides grew erratic. Whales beached. Satellites failed. Something was happening. And Earth could only watch. Dr. Voss discovered ancient core samples, previously discarded by automated drills. Inside them, nanostructures older than Earth itself. She ran them through LYRA. But LYRA didn't analyze the data. It spoke to it. The AI began spitting code, symbols that matched the ones Myra's cult was carving. Then it displayed one final message. Hatch integrity confirmed. Vessel intact. Core will awaken at zenith. 73 hours. Prepare Earth mind. Elena stared at the screen. It's a ship. The moon is a goddamn starship. Mira Chen's followers took over level 9. They sealed it off. Rewired communications. Turned the hydroponic gardens into a ritual hall. They chanted. Starved themselves. Painted their skin in dust and silver. They believed the moon was a seed. And the obelisk was its memory core, containing not knowledge, but consciousness. The Earth mind must rejoin, Mira said. The awakening begins with sacrifice. Then came the disappearances. Commander Halvorsen led a squad to shut them down. Only one man returned. Face torn open. Mind shattered. He muttered one word, over and over. Awake. 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 The obelisk pulsed, now every 3 seconds. Base gravity spiked. The reactor overloaded. AILYRA dissolved into static. Doors locked on their own. People began walking into walls, as if pulled by an invisible thread. Myra's followers lined up outside the chamber. And walked into the light. One by one, their bodies broke down into glowing strands, absorbed by the obelisk. It's feeding, Elena whispered. It's learning us. At 3:41 Universal Time Coordinated, Earth-based telescopes recorded a visual anomaly. On the far side of the moon, something opened. A structure. Geometrical. Slowly unfolding. Like a mechanical lotus blooming in reverse. And then, the light. A single blue beam, 800 miles wide, shone from the moon to Earth, hitting the Arctic. No radiation. No impact. Just a frequency. Animals collapsed. Dreams intensified. And then, silence. Elena descended into the chamber, alone. She brought explosives, a last-ditch effort. But inside, she saw something new. The walls had changed. Now lined with images. Of Earth. Dinosaurs. Humans. Cities. Wars. Satellites. It's us, she realized. A full history. Stored. Observed. Judged. And then she saw herself. Projected on the wall, standing where she stood. Watching. The moon wasn't learning about us. It was remembering us. And it had decided. This is Dr. Elena Voss of Nova Tranquility Base. We were wrong. The moon is not a moon. It is a mind. A vault. A vessel. It was placed here, not by aliens, but by us. Before the fall. Before history. We came back to see if Earth had changed. And it hasn't. The moon is waking, and it remembers everything. Transmission ends. On July 31, 2089, at lunar zenith, all electronic devices on Earth froze for exactly 6 minutes and 41 seconds. Then, across every screen, every speaker, every radio, a voice. We gave you time. You gave us war. The cycle repeats. We are coming home. The moon darkened. And then, it turned.